Hello and welcome. Thanks for tuning in today. I do appreciate it. Trump has announced that he is going to Fort Knox because he and Musk want to make sure the gold is still there. It makes sense that Fort Knox has captured their attention because there is some fishy information out there in regards to Fort Knox. Stick around because this video is going to consider what this audit could mean for gold and for the United States. In regards to the gold at Fort Knox, what I would like to see and what I think most people would want to see is a detailed check of the gold where each bar is examined and tested. This is really what would be needed if the gold is going to be revalued, and I think it's very likely that it will be revalued within the next year. If the gold isn't there or some of it is missing, the people would call for blood, and it looks like Trump will take action to hold people accountable if any is missing. It does look like the U.S. has been scrambling to buy gold recently based on the amount of gold flowing into its jurisdiction from England and Switzerland, so that does look pretty suspicious. What if the gold isn't there? Well, if you think the BRICS nations buying gold and working on a common settlement currency, or the Saudis stepping away from the petrodollar agreement might have hurt the dollar's standing in regards to being the global reserve currency, I would be concerned that the gold not being there could be just as damaging, if not more damaging, to the perceived dominance of the dollar than either of those things. Why? Well, if all the gold is not there, that would mean the high level of gold reserves within the U.S. has been hollowed out, and we have to remember that gold is seen globally as real money, and that has been the case for thousands of years. It is also considered to be a Tier 1 asset that most central banks like to keep in their vaults. I have to say that I doubt they would be doing a public audit of the gold at Fort Knox if they didn't know that at least a large portion or all of the gold would be there for the audit. It just seems like it would be too risky otherwise. If all of the gold is there, it's important to consider that it's possible a shell game has been played and that gold might have been sent to Fort Knox from one of the other vaults, like possibly West Point, for example, or maybe the Federal Reserve Bank of New York, and now one of those locations might be short on the amount of gold that it's supposed to have.
There has been some sketchy information about Fort Knox that has come to the public's attention.
For example, I would like to share the opening paragraph of this article with you. It reads, "Every year the gold in Fort Knox is audited by checking the official joint seals that were placed on all vault compartments during the continuing audits of U.S.-owned gold from 1974 until 1986, when allegedly 97% of the deep storage gold was inspected. However, a Freedom of Information Act request I've submitted in order to obtain all audit reports could not be honored. 7 reports are missing." No matter how this story plays out, I think gold getting this much mainstream attention is bullish for the metals, and gold is starting to get pretty expensive if even a relatively small amount of average income U.S. investors decide to turn to silver as a safe haven asset because of economic uncertainty or a recession instead of gold because of the price. This could be great news for silver. Keep in mind there is only so much silver to go around, and industrial demand is already creating a big strain on the silver market each year. It wouldn't surprise me if we see a scenario within the next few years where silver starts breaking out to all-time highs like gold has been recently. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. I hope you have a great day out there, and I will catch you in the next video.